All right, good morning, guys. It is Tuesday, let's see, October 15th. So we have about 3 more weeks or so until competition. And I'm getting really excited, getting really nervous. Just talked to the tanning lady to get everything set up for backstage and for the day before. Talked to the gentleman who's doing the show just to make sure everything's set up with my registration. And looking forward to it. Just practiced some posing and got that out of the way for the day. Practicing every day always makes a better pose on stage, so I'll try to do that as best as I can. Now just kind of putting the finishing touches and final touches on all the stuff that I need to prepare for and to bring, and just kind of getting mentally ready for everything. Also, ready on pieces of paper just to say, okay, make sure you bring this, make sure you bring this. So getting my list around today and making some of the final touches for that too. Unfortunately, I don't think Chris is going to be able to make it to this show, but the weekend after is the Louisville show, and they have a 4-day, so very happy he'll get to make that one. Probably be a little stressful this first show, being the first show, not having Chris there, and having tea with me, so that's going to be a little tricky, but it's definitely going to be worth it. So just going to go over a few things. Want to have you guys take a look at the pantry that I have. It's pretty much an open pantry. We don't have a lot of things that we keep in cupboards because we don't keep a lot of pre-made, canned, pre-done boxed, foods. Sometimes quick and easy obviously isn't the healthiest way to go. Planning your foods and planning your meal plan is going to be the way to do it if you want to be on a good regimen, if you want to ensure that you're getting what you need and you want to ensure that you're cooking healthy. So I I love to have pre-made stuff here and there, but it's not something that we keep at home just because it's not the lifestyle that we choose. So I'm going to bring you into our kitchen and show you a little bit of the open pantry that we have, and the small tiny pantry that we have that keeps the stuff that we don't regularly use on a normal basis, or it's the extra things like the oatmeal or rice and stuff that we buy in bulk that I put into other containers. So I'll quick bring you out there and show you what that is, and then go over a little bit more. If we come in here, let's see. This right here is part of what our open pantry looks like. Trying to get the video angle here. There we go. So, everything's in its own little container. Everything has a label on it. Most of it, just spices that are in there. Use a lot of spices to cook. We don't use a lot of condiments or a lot of other things in our foods when we cook them, just mainly spices and natural flavor. So we have millet, quinoa, couscous, brown rice. We have some pasta because every once in a while we'd like to have pasta here and there. Some dry beans, different kinds of rice are down there too. And then, like I said, mostly spices. Over here is stuff that we use on pretty much an everyday basis. There are cookbooks there. There's our coffee. We drink a lot of coffee. We don't drink a lot of sodas or keep juice or anything in the house. So that's pretty much what that is. That's where we keep our protein powder. That's where we keep our raw nuts. That's where we keep our oatmeal and things like that. So that's all there. And then the tiny, tiny, tiny pantry that we have, because like I said, we don't keep a lot of pre-made foods and we don't keep a lot of canned foods. Down here is where we keep all that extra stuff. So there is tomato sauce and diced tomatoes down there for when I make homemade pasta sauce. Don't usually buy the canned stuff, and I usually try to use and make my own fresh by using fresh tomatoes and stuff. So sometimes I don't, and that's what I have to use. Other than that, it's just the extra dry foods that we have that we keep in bulk. Sometimes instead of doing beans the dry way, it's just easier to use canned. So every once in a while I'll do that. So I have a few of those. Have some tuna fish that's down there, and I have some mustard because that's pretty much all we use for our condiments for the most part. And then there is a whole package of Twizzlers down there, which we usually don't keep in the house, but I am going to eat that whole thing after this competition is done and over with. So prepping for my bag, I'm going to put those in there when we leave. And that's pretty much all we have for our pantry. Our refrigerator and freezer are pretty much empty right now, except for frozen chickens and frozen meats, frozen veggies. I usually buy fresh veggies, but sometimes frozen is just a little bit easier than taking time to snap the ends off the green beans and doing it that way. So every once in a while I'll do frozen. And in the refrigerator, we just pretty much have water, all the prep foods that we have, so the chicken and the rice and the green beans, and let's see, sweet potatoes, T's food is in there because I pre-make all of T's food from fruits and vegetables, meats, grains, everything else. I don't buy baby food for him. I make his own. I also, make his own oats, so I just grind up the oats that we have into a fine powder and put a little bit of seasoning, cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, things like that in there, along with a little bit of banana or something in the morning for his breakfast. He'll obviously drink formula throughout the day, and then we'll do sweet potatoes and green beans. We'll do chicken. We'll do anything, as far as his food goes, because he eats pretty much the same stuff that we do. Um, Keep other things in the refrigerator for Chris, stuff for sandwiches. We don't have a lot of condiments in there. That's pretty much it. When we're not competing, we have normal stuff in there for salads, fruits, different veggies, just leftovers and all of our pre-made foods. But everything that we buy as we need. We don't stock up on a lot of pre-made stuff because that's not how we eat. And that's pretty much about it for our pantries. You probably shop and get the things that we need once a week once we have our meal plan set up. And I'll make all the food and get it set up in their containers and either dish it out as we need it, or I'll already have it all dished out ready to go for the week into its own individual containers, and pack it for Chris when he goes to work, and I'll get my containers out as I need them. And that's pretty much about it as far as food goes. We prep and we plan, and that's how we're successful with our healthy life and not dieting. We don't diet. We eat healthy, and we make it a lifestyle. So we don't follow a specific diet. We eat healthy. We keep our portions under control. When we're not competing, everything else is all pretty much controlled when we're competing. But when we're not competing, we keep our portion control or under control. We eat healthy fats. We eat healthy carbs. We eat healthy proteins. Every once in a while, we have treats that we don't keep in the house. If we want it, we go get it, eat a small portion of it, and then that's pretty much about it. Every once in a while, we'll go out to eat in there. Sometimes we'll get sushi. Sometimes we'll get pizza. Sometimes we'll go get, whatever. But it's not something that we do on a regular basis. It's something that we do to treat ourselves. So it's pretty much about it as far as our pantry goes. Once we're finished with this whole competition thing, I'll do another video on normal things that we have and send out recipes and kind of tell you what we do for that, because it's a little bit different. I do like the taste of a lot of different foods. Love Italian food, love Mexican food, love vegetarian food. So we kind of make it a mixture, so it's not just chicken, rice, and green beans all the time. I try to do like a black bean burger instead of doing a regular burger sometimes. I do it without a bun instead of with a bun. Instead of putting, ketchup and mayonnaise on it, I'll just do mustard and onions. So, I make decisions to do it that way. If you decide that, carbs are something that you're kind of leery about, which a lot of people do, you can get it through grains, you can get it through beans, you can get it through a lot of different things, or you can get your volume in vegetables. So sometimes instead of eating sweet potatoes, we'll have, a few cups of certain veggies that we put together that we saute, and we'll have chicken on top of it. So instead of eating a small portion of a grain or a potato or something for our carbs, we'll have a gigantic bowl of some veggie medley that we put together where we get our carbs, and we'll put protein with that, and then some kind of healthy fat with it too. So there's so many different ways to put together food that you can eat. So either way, hope that was a little bit informational for you, and hope that helped a little bit. And I'm going to be going through some more kitchen tips. I just kind of want to give you guys a little preview of kind of what we have in our pantry and how we kind of put things, just because, like I said, we don't keep a lot of that other stuff around. We get food as we need it. We prep, we plan, we're successful. So hope that was helpful, and look forward to hearing back from you all. And again, I appreciate everybody's support and love. Being on this venture with doing new vlogs and doing the videos has really helped me. Hope it's helping you, and look forward to hearing from you. Okay, thanks. Have a good day. Bye.